One America's Trey Yingst is in New York City at Trump Tower. So, Trey, lots of meetings, people going in and out of Trump Tower last week and, of course, yesterday. Any announcements expected this week for his cabinet?
Yeah, Koshal, there's a number of announcements expected this week, and many of them will come from right behind me in New York City at Trump Tower. Tonight, though, we're going to see a big official announcement, a name that's already been floated a number of times. But at 7 p.m. Eastern Time tonight in Fayetteville, North Carolina, President-elect Trump will announce his Secretary of Defense, retired General James Mattis. Now, Mattis served in Afghanistan fighting the Taliban. He served in the Pacific. He had 43 years of experience as a Marine. So this is a pick, another military pick added to President-elect Trump's cabinet that is expected to go over well with people in Washington. In the past, military picks such as Mattis have done very well because they've already been in the government for a long time. They worked with the Pentagon. They know how things work when you're working on an administration such as Trump's administration will be starting in January. So that's the big announcement that's going to happen today. There's a number of announcements that are also expected this week. Potentially the Secretary of State position. We've seen meetings last week with Senator Bob Corker from Tennessee, former Massachusetts Governor Mitt Romney. So there's a number of names that have been floated for this position, including former New York Mayor Rudy Giuliani. It's anyone's guess as to who President-elect Trump will pick, but this cabinet is coming together quite quickly and actually at a historic rate.
And one of the names and people he's expected to meet with today for Secretary of State is Rex Tillerson. He's the former CEO of ExxonMobil. Do you know anything more about that meeting, if it's happened, when it's supposed to happen today?
So yeah, that meeting is supposed to happen at Trump Tower. Like I said, we don't know much about that meeting. I was on the transition call this morning with some of the high-level communications staff for the Trump campaign, and they said a number of meetings would be happening today behind me here at Trump Tower before President-elect Trump headed to North Carolina. But they didn't give much information as to what would be said in that meeting. A lot of these meetings that they've been talking about have been completely off the record. We've seen last Tuesday, we actually saw that meeting that happened with President-elect Trump's chief of staff, Reince Priebus, at a restaurant here in New York City with former Governor Mitt Romney, and that was completely off the record. So a lot of these conversations are happening behind closed doors. So Mr. Trump's able to make a pick that he feels comfortable with without any of the public pressure from voters and from the media. He ultimately wants to put together a cabinet that he feels comfortable with, and like he has said in the past, that he thinks will make America great again. So many of these meetings that are happening, we don't know much about yet, but soon I think we'll see who the Secretary of State is going to be, and then many announcements, much more information is going to come out.
And Trey, of course, these are his picks. He's picked the Commerce Secretary, Treasury Secretary, Defense Secretary, as you mentioned. But then they still need to be confirmed by the Senate.
That's right. The Senate confirmations are going to happen with the 115th Congress, and those will start actually January 3rd. Now, the inauguration for President-elect Trump is not actually until January 20th, but a unique sort of situation here is there's a 17-day period where the Senate can actually start to confirm those 15 cabinet positions. Now, there's two sides to the Trump cabinet. There's 15 positions that have to be confirmed by the Senate, and those are the positions, like you stated, Secretary of the Treasury, Secretary of Commerce, Secretary of State. But then there's also a handful of positions on the other side, such as Chief of Staff, Reince Priebus, the Chief Advisor, Steve Bannon, who was previously at Breitbart. Those positions don't actually have to be confirmed by the Senate. So there's going to be a handful of people who we know will be on the Trump administration regardless. And then, like I said, there's going to be those 15 positions that will start to be confirmed in early January. And those confirmations could go anywhere from the end of January, deep into February, and even March, as we've seen in history.
And he has a busy day aside from all the meetings. He's going to leave Trump Tower to go to Fayetteville for his thank you tour. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, so Mr. Trump is doing something that we actually haven't seen in previous administrations, in the Obama administration in 2008 and 2012 when he won, and then even going back to the Bush administration. He will be going on a thank you tour across the United States. Tonight, like you said, he's going to be in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Later in this week, he's actually heading out to the middle part of the United States. He's heading out to Iowa, and then he'll be heading to Grand Rapids, Michigan on Friday, before heading back on Saturday to watch the Army-Navy football game in Baltimore, Baltimore, Maryland. So he has a very busy week ahead, but he's making a point to thank all of the people that got him elected to this position as President of the United States. As we saw throughout our coverage of the campaign cycle, he had a very unique way of running for president. He held these large rallies across the country where thousands of people attended and they had chants, and it was really something different that we haven't seen in a long time. And I think he wants to keep up the momentum. He wants to keep up that excitement that he saw these Americans who came out to his rallies. So he's going to do this thank you tour across the country. He wants to ultimately get those people out, and he wants to get Americans talking about what they want to see done, not only in his first 100 days as president, but his first 4 years as president.
All right, Trey Yingst reporting live from New York, and of course we will bring you his rally tonight in Fayetteville live for you right here on OAN.